Serena Kashmir here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about best safety practices in LA or going to college just in general, moving to a new area. These are just good things to keep in mind no matter what city you're in, but keep it safe. Okay, so I went to AMDA and they had a shuttle service. Now they had it in the LA campus, but not the New York campus. If your school has some sort of shuttle service, I would take advantage of it. Even if your dorm isn't that far away. Being in LA where I was, just walking a few blocks in Hollywood was not the safest idea, so waiting for a shuttle could take up to 30 minutes. It was really annoying, but you'd always make friends as you were waiting for the shuttle, and it's a much safer way to go. Also at AMDA, we had security guards that were willing to walk you to your building. Now this was something that they advertised, but in the years that I was there, I never saw anybody take advantage of it. That being said, whether you're at a college or a business, if you ever feel unsafe and there's someone who's willing to walk you, take them up on it. I mean, if it's a security guard, a friend, a stranger, something that I like to do just when I am around LA is, especially at night or in an unsafe environment, I will ask somebody to walk me to my car, and then I will then drive them to their car or the bus stop or wherever they're going, kind of as a thank you, because it's just always better to walk in pairs. So anytime you can walk in pairs or a group, do that. Walking alone is not so good. It's helpful to carry pepper spray on you. Now, if you go to like a club or anywhere where they have someone who might search your bag, they will probably take that pepper spray and you may never see it again. So if you know your bag is going to be searched, I would suggest keeping it in the car or just knowing you have to buy another one. But I also had a friend that used the pepper spray, not actually used it, but used it to threaten, saying, "I have pepper spray, stay away from me," and it worked. So you don't even have to use it, just other people knowing you have it is good. And if you have a car, tinted windows are great because they can't see in your car. Don't leave anything visible on the seats. I really don't recommend keeping anything valuable in your car at all. If you have to keep things in your car, put them in the trunk, put like a black blanket over it so it matches the color of your seats. Of course, lock your car, and if you have a security system in your car, that's great. A lot of people like to valet in LA to prevent any kind of situation. I don't do that because I think that's too expensive, and most of the time I just refuse to pay for parking. Park as close as you can, or if you know that area has very difficult parking and you're going, especially at night, I would recommend doing some kind of ride share like Lyft or Uber. Like if you're going to downtown LA, I would recommend ride sharing. I'm filming. Not right now. Try to stick to daytime hours and populated areas. If there's more people around you, the safer you'll feel and the less likely someone will try to do something to you. If you feel like someone is following you, you can always call somebody on your phone or even pretend to, and even if they don't pick up, you can leave a voicemail and say where you are. So that way, if someone is following you and they know that someone else knows where you are, they're less likely to do something because you'll be tied to the spot, blah, blah, blah. You can also just call 911, of course. If you want to come up with code words with your friends and family, you can do that. You can even just outright say someone is following me, and that might freak out the person behind you. I highly recommend the Citizen app. It's literally called Citizen, and it shows you all of the crime in your area. And it's everything from lost dog to shootings. I mean, like everything in real time. So a lot of times I will hear like a helicopter or I won't know what's going on. I check the app, or I always check the app before I go somewhere just to kind of avoid certain areas or decide to reschedule. If you can go to a location or live in a place that has gates or guards, that's of course better than not having them. If you can park your car in a garage rather than out on the street, if there is like a code to get into your apartment complex, any kind of safety feature is always going to be helpful. Anytime you go anywhere, have a good exit strategy, know where the exits are, know what you're gonna do if you lose your friend or if you're in an uncomfortable situation. Just always know ahead of time like what your plan is. Have money and a phone charger on you so that you can get out of a situation, like if your car gets towed, which happens a lot in LA. If you lose track of your friends, you never know what's gonna happen. If something bad happens, having money and your phone charger, you should be able to get out of it on your own. If the worst thing happens and someone does confront you in any way, be difficult. This is not the time to be on your best behavior, to have manners. Call people out, like literally yell, "I feel threatened right now." And other people stare at you, and that person will probably become intimidated and leave. If you're grabbed, fight them with everything you have. Like, do not make it easy on them, and they'll pick a different victim, as terrible as that sounds. Okay, now that I've said all this, I do want to say, don't be terrified if you're like moving to LA or you live here. That's no way to live. Like, don't live in fear. Really, like, nothing terrible has happened to me. There's been obviously instances where I was uncomfortable or I was worried or I used an exit strategy. Like, things happen, especially as a female, but nothing like terrible has happened yet, hopefully. It's just a big city like any other city in this country. You just want to be prepared and mindful, and when you have plans in place, that gives you confidence. So just be smart, breathe, don't worry, things will work out, and I hope this video was helpful. I made this video actually on request based on the comments on my previous video about my experience at AMDA, so I hope this was helpful to those who requested it, and I will see you in my next video.